Step inside the extraordinary world of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's right, you got it.
A place where cost is no object.
$40,000 for cigars?
No possession too massive.
He even owns a Boeing 747.
And where no one ever says no to the governor.
Are you telling me that I can have something? It's impossible.
From his high-priced workouts...
When he stays at a hotel, he orders 2 rooms and turns one of them into a gym.
...to his staggering collection of tanks...
Arnold's is the fastest pin scour in the world.
...to his very own foot guru.
He came to her salon and banged on the glass. I need my pedicure.
We'll show you how he lives, how he spends, and just how much his empire is worth.
Yo, I'm on fire!
Trust us, there's no politician on the planet quite like him. This is the fabulous life of Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Davidoff Dom Perignon is the most expensive cigar in Zino Davidoff's prestigious Chateau series. Created in 1946, the Cuban-manufactured 7-inch vintage cigar is considered one of Havana's best. A single box costs $4,000. Governor Arnold goes through them like candy.
Arnold loves his cigars so much that he once bought 10 boxes all at one time.
$40,000 for cigars? Talk about having money to burn.
Burning $40,000 on smokes is all part of Arnie's life. A life filled with incredible indulgences, fantastic vacations, and the most outrageous toys that money can buy.
He flies on private jets, eats the best food, and drinks the best wine.
Whenever Arnold walks into a restaurant, they already know where he wants to sit, what he wants to drink, and how he likes to have his food prepared.
Arnold is pure class. I mean, he landed a Kennedy, for God's sakes.
Yes, the governor gets everything he wants, just the way he wants it.
He even belongs to the Grand Havana Room in Beverly Hills, one of the most exclusive clubs in the country. Membership is by invitation only.
And membership has its privileges. When Arnold arrives, a private elevator takes him to a secret smoking lair where his stogies are stored in a private humidor.
With Arnold, his body is his career.
We're talking about a former Mr. Universe, so his body is his first priority.
And Arnie spends big bucks to make sure he keeps his brawn.
Check this out.
Arnold works out daily, no matter where he is. And on movie sets, he even has his own exercise trailer.
When he stays at a hotel, he gets all the specific equipment delivered right there. And then he orders 2 rooms and turns one of them into a gym.
Usually it's at a hotel, and we'll bring it right into the room. Schwarzenegger has been renting equipment from us about 10 years. We know exactly what to give them.
And it's not just his muscles that get first-class attention.
Arnold is a prototype metrosexual. He's this big, tough, straight guy who's obsessed with looking good and proper grooming.
Arnie is groomed by hairstyling child prodigy Stephen Knoll, who's been coloring and cutting hair since he was 11 years old. A simple trim from his shears, $400 minimum.
The day rate is $5,500. That's an 8-hour day, not 10, 8.
Mick Jagger, Deborah Messing, and Queen Noor of Jordan all count among Stephen's clients. But he always has time for the governor of California.
Obviously, if Arnold calls, I'm not making him wait. I mean, we would work him in or we would rearrange other appointments. Let's be honest, his hair is an inch long.
It's really funny. Arnold likes to look good at all times, from head to toe, and I mean that literally. Like he's nuts about his feet.
Arnie loves his feet. He's obsessed with his feet, so he makes it a point to spoil them rotten.
He needs to take care of his feet. I always say to other people, pedicure is not luxury, it's necessity.
Arnold frequents foot guru Margot Segal religiously. She uses eucalyptus root flown in from the Philippines to keep Arnie's feet in tip-top shape.
I never put any polish on him. He's very manly about that.
If Arnold doesn't get a pedicure when he wants to, watch out. You got a big angry Austrian on your hands.
A few months ago, he was in the hospital. His manicurist missed the appointment. When he got out, he came to her salon and banged on the glass. "Why didn't you come to my hospital bedside? I need my pedicure."
And that's just the beginning of Arnie's foot fetish.
He has closets full of shoes. You know, Emil DeMarcos, forget about it.
Arnold's not afraid to call himself a shoe queen.
And when Arnold really wants to pamper those delicate feet, it's not Gucci, it's not Prada, it's Pasquale.
My name is Pasquale Di Fabrizio. And I make shoes for 65 years. The movie star, they call him Mr. D.
But they don't call him cheap. A pair of Pasquale's custom-made shoes can run up to $5,000 a pair.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is not shopping at the big and tall man shop. You know, this is a man who's always dressed to the nines.
Have you ever seen this guy in sweats?
Not likely. The governor is partial to Armani, and his wardrobe is made up of only the finest couture.
Arnold loves to shop. So when he's on a plane, he'll see something in a magazine he likes, he rips it out, gets off the plane, and makes his driver take him right to the store and buy it.
But buying off the rack is such a bore, especially when you have your own personal tailor like Arnie. Meet Giacomo Treblaza.
I started with Mr. Arnold in 1984. When he needed something personal, he was come to me.
Made from the finest Italian fabrics, Giacomo's suits start at $3,000 a piece. Arnold has around 50 hanging in his closet. That's over 150 grand in custom threads.
Arnold's not cut like a typical guy. He's in a class all by himself.
Schwarzenegger's workouts are always changing, so his body is always changing. If his clothes don't fit within a 1/16 of an inch, he'll bring them back to the tailor and have them redone.
Looking good is such hard work. So when it's time to take Maria and the kids on vacation, Arnie never skimps.
When Arnold Schwarzenegger goes on vacation, it's top of the line. There is no Ramada in his vocabulary.
A few months ago, they were staying at the Hotel du Cap in Antibes, one of the most fabulous resorts in the world. I mean, this is so beyond 4-star. This is like 10-star.
But of course, that's not enough. They have to hop on a yacht that is the most unbelievable thing you've ever seen.
Taking a break from your lavish hotel suite to bunk on an 88-foot, $4.5 million yacht is all part of being a Schwarzenegger. With 2 grand salons, 3 sleeping cabins, and a state-of-the-art entertainment center, the Alien runs 46 grand a week.
Yes, Arnold can afford the finer things in life, but with him, it's not just about spending. He also needs to be seen at the right places.
And there's no better place to be seen than the 5-star lodge at Coale Lanai. For $1,000 a day, Arnie tees off on the award-winning golf course, horseback rides through guava forests, and relaxes along miles of silken beaches.
The lodge at Coale Lanai was listed on Condé Nast's list of the most amazing resorts in the world, and it is gorgeous.
Arnold and Maria live large. I mean, they live like the royals.
Yes, it's good to be the governor. Coming up, you are what you own. From Arnie's massive homes to awe-inspiring art.
He actually had Andy Warhol do a portrait of his wife.
To his fleet of kick-ass rides and the royal treatment they get.
Oh no. I only use makeup brushes from Neiman Marcus. It's the finest goat hair.
When the fabulous life of Arnold Schwarzenegger continues. The M47 tank was designed in 1951 for offensive combat operations. It's equipped with 4 high-powered armaments, optical rangefinders, cylindrical blast deflectors, and powered by an 820-horsepower engine.
In the 1960s, Arnold was a tank commander in the Austrian army. And 10 years ago, he decided he wanted to drive that tank again.
Arnold paid the Austrian government to track it down. When they found it, it was literally buried underground, so they had it exhumed and delivered to him.
Door-to-door tank deliveries are the norm when you're Arnold Schwarzenegger. When it comes to the things he loves, Arnie spares no expense.
Arnold is very selective. He has to handpick everything he buys. It's not about the cost, it's about getting exactly what he wants.
Arnold loves to see Maria in the finest jewelry. And you know what? He doesn't skimp on himself either.
He owns a Boeing 747 and even had a Gulfstream jet worth $12.5 million.
Because when you're the world's toughest action hero, you've got to have the biggest and the baddest rides on Earth.
Arnold has a huge car collection. He loves automobiles, big automobiles.
Arnie's vehicle of choice? The Hummer. A 3-ton, 8-foot-wide combination car, truck, tank, missile launcher.
He wanted a Hummer so badly that he actually spent years getting the manufacturer to get approval from the Pentagon for a non-military version.
Now, wait a minute. Are you telling me, the Terminator, that I can have something? That's impossible.
In 1992, the Terminator paid $117,000 to own the very first civilian model. Today, he has 9 of them, worth close to $1 million.
Now these things are everywhere, but it was Arnie who started the trend.
Since the Hummer was first built, I've been a fan. It's the best SUV in the world. There's no two ways about that.
But in the world of Arnold Schwarzenegger, the best just doesn't cut it.
We were hired to build Arnold Schwarzenegger a very custom Pinzgauer. Arnold's is the fastest Pinzgauer in the world.
The Pinzgauer is a 6-wheeled all-terrain vehicle used in the world's harshest environments.
This is like a tank. It just goes anywhere and it can't be stopped.
Arnie had his fully tricked out.
We put 170-plus horsepower into a vehicle that was normally in the 90-horsepower range. We put racing seats and we put wider steel rims on it that are at the specification of military grade.
Arnold uses his to tool around the neighborhood.
It's exclusive, it's rare, it's an unusual vehicle. You can go out and beat and womp the snot out of that truck and it's going to keep on coming back.
Oh no. It seems entirely normal that Arnold Schwarzenegger has a collection of tanks. If anybody should be driving a tank, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is a tank.
But a governor can't live on military vehicles alone.
On top of the Pinzgauer, on top of the Hummers, he has a fleet of very high-end cars.
Like an $84,000 Porsche 911 Carrera convertible, a $105,000 Mercedes SL 600, a vintage 1957 Eldorado Biarritz convertible worth $60,000, and for dropping the kids off at school, Arnie and Maria have matching Mercedes-Benz SUVs, $270,000 for the set.
Arnold loves to drive his kids to school, but his 13-year-old this year said no more. She's so embarrassed by Daddy driving her to school that she actually makes Arnold drop her off 2 blocks away.
With over $1 million in cars, Arnie's not about to go to the corner car wash.
I'm Drew Perello, auto detailer to the stars. I only use all cotton towels, from diapers to polishing cloth, and of course, makeup brushes from Neiman Marcus or Saks Fifth Avenue. It's the finest goat hair.
Drew handles all of Arnie's cars, and keeping them in pristine condition runs nearly $100,000 a year.
I can tell you that it's very expensive to deal with me, but money well spent.
With all those wheels, a 2-car garage simply won't do.
Arnold and Maria live in some of the most incredible homes you have ever seen.
Arnold owns 2 homes in LA, and the newest one he bought was from Baron Hilton, you know, of the Hilton Hotel.
The Spanish-style Brentwood estate has 7 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, ocean views, and makes the governor's mansion look like a doghouse. The 6-acre property cost Arnie a cool $12 million. There's also his 5.5-acre Pacific Palisades compound, with 3 swimming pools, 3 tennis courts, and a custom-made playground. Asking price, $18 million.
They have these really impressive homes, but they have one in Brentwood, one in Pacific Palisades. They're only 20 minutes away from each other. I want to know which one is the country house.
Neither. For a little R&R, the Schwarzeneggers head to their home in the exclusive ski town of Sun Valley, Idaho.
Sun Valley is the poshest celebrity place there is. 1 in every 4 homes is worth $1 million.
They go there so often that there's actually a trail there, which they've renamed Arnold's Run.
I'm a fanatic skier. I ski around 30 days every winter, and that's my favorite sport.
And when Arnie's not collecting houses, he's collecting everything else.
Arnold has a huge collection of antiques, of watches, of art. You name it, he has it.
He actually had Andy Warhol, the Andy Warhol, do a portrait of his wife.
Valued at $100,000, it's just one of his extensive Warhol collection. Then there are his Chagall lithographs worth over $30,000. And his original Norman Rockwell portrait of President John F. Kennedy purchased for $135,000.
Arnold is one of the biggest collectors of everything and anything JFK.
Ironically, he's a Republican who's married to a Kennedy, who are the poster children for all Democrats.
Arnie even bought his uncle-in-law's personal desk set for $190,000, along with his McGregor golf clubs for $770,000. Then there's this 6-foot bronze statue of the former president worth over $100,000.
There are only 6 of these statues in the whole world, and Arnold has one of them.
Arnold is all about owning unique and very rare pieces.
Like watches, lots of watches, expensive watches.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has always been known as a watch collector and a real watch aficionado.
Since 1875, Audemars Piguet has made the finest timepieces on the planet. Arnold favors the Royal Oak collection.
The most expensive watch in the collection is $565,000.
Whenever Audemars Piguet designs a watch with him, they'll bring it to him 3 or 4 times, and he'll send it back until it gets exactly what he wants.
Arnie's got close to 20 of them. So when he says,
"I'll be back,"
you know he'll return on time. Coming up, from his blockbuster paychecks and priceless holdings,
he owns a mall in Ohio worth $100 million.
To his millions from overseas endorsements.
Areniment 5 has been described as Red Bull on steroids.
Arnie cashes in big time when the fabulous life of Arnold Schwarzenegger returns. VH1 and Us Magazine team up to bring you the fabulous lives of your favorite celebrities. For more on Arnie, visit vh1.com. In 1968, Austrian bodybuilder Arnold Schwarzenegger arrived in Los Angeles with a mere $20 in his pocket. Financing his bodybuilding career as a bricklayer, Arnold earned a measly $60 a week. 35 years, 40 films, and 1 Kennedy later, Arnold is the highest-paid movie star in Hollywood history.
This is a guy who built his empire from scratch, and it's a pretty big-ass empire.
He managed to parlay bodybuilding into a huge career.
He owns buildings, restaurants, apartments. I mean, he even owns a mall in Ohio worth $100 million.
Schwarzenegger's gone from bricklayer to practically a billionaire. That's the American dream, baby.
From blockbuster movies and endorsement deals to real estate holdings and a governorship, Schwarzenegger's not just a mouthful, it's a household name.
Since I can remember, Arnold's name has been synonymous with action. Nothing could stop him, nothing could kill him.
1982's Conan the Barbarian showed that Arnie's pecs could rake in over 100 million worldwide.
With Conan the Barbarian, we really saw Arnold and what kind of superstar he could become.
Yeah, boy, baby.
1984's Terminator turned Arnold into an international superstar.
James Cameron actually wanted to cast Arnold in a different role in the movie, but as soon as he met Arnold, he just looked at him and said, he's a machine, he's the Terminator.
1991's Terminator 2 grossed over $500 million worldwide, putting $15 million in Arnie's pocket.
In T2, Arnold only had about 700 words of dialogue, so just the phrase "hasta la vista, baby" made him about 85 grand.
In 2003, Arnie nabbed a record-breaking $30 million for T3, making him the highest-paid film star in history.
$30 million for T3. That's more than Brad Pitt. That's more than Tom Cruise. He is #1.
To date, Arnold's movies have grossed more than $1.5 billion at the box office. His cut, $330 million.
Arnold is not just a movie star. He's become a brand. And with that kind of fame, you can do anything you want.
Total revenues from merchandising like video games, action figures, fitness books, and apparel have grossed over $1 billion to date.
Arnold's got checks coming in from everywhere, but he also brings in millions from international endorsements.
In Europe, Arnold's been the face of DirecTV and Cuppa Noodles. In Japan, Arnie endorsed Hops beer and energy drink Areniment 5.
Areniment 5 is illegal in the United States. Among other things, it's got nicotine in it. It's been described as Red Bull on steroids.
Tack on Schwarzenegger's holdings in companies like Pepsi, Microsoft, Pfizer, and Starbucks, all valued at over $20 million.
Stocks, bonds, real estate, endorsement deals. Arnold Schwarzenegger is making a heck load of money.
Even though he has that amount of fame and fortune, it's actually surprising how generous he is, not only with his time, but also with his money.
I always have this belief that we don't get measured by how much we make, but rather by how much we give.
Donating $4 million annually, Arnold supports organizations like the Twin Towers Fund, charities for the mentally handicapped, the After School All-Stars, and he's coached the Special Olympics since 1979.
The battle that I'm most proud of fighting is the battle for the Special Olympians worldwide.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the most unbelievable success story. He came to the United States with nothing. Now, he is the highest paid actor in Hollywood. He's married to a Kennedy, and he has a career in politics.
All told, Arnold's net worth has been estimated up to $800 million.
He's proof that the American dream is a reality, an incredibly rich reality.
Want to live Arnie's life? Come to America with $20 in your pocket. Win 5 Mr. Universe titles. Break into acting as a sword-toting superhero. Marry a Kennedy. Become the highest paid actor in Hollywood. And if that's not enough, become the governor of California.
That's right, you got it.
No, Arnie, you've got it.
Baby, I dig it, 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 dig it.